Shout out to the fam. Appreciate y'all for tuning in, pulling up for another reaction. I appreciate you guys for supporting our channel and holding us down the real way. The next question y'all probably gonna ask is, how did I get here? Hey, I'm just gonna say Kendrick Lamar sent me here. Kendrick Lamar directed me here. After I heard Meet the Grams, I was like, okay, I gotta come here. I gotta check out and see exactly what Kendrick Lamar is talking about when he makes these allegations towards Drake. So y'all, we about to be jumping into the video. It's titled Drake's Disturbing History. Before we get into it, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so y'all don't miss any videos from Asia and BJ. And let's get into it.
The Drake thing. When did you first meet him?
He was a fan of women's high school basketball.
Can you imagine if there was a grown man where throughout his adulthood, well into his 20s and now into his late 30s, he's consistently caught just being really interested in teen girls?
You cannot text a 14-year-old girl, I miss you so much.
We've seen so many examples of this behavior from them.
If I said to you, I was texting a 14-year-old girl saying, I miss you so much, would you not think that's weird?
Like, what does he say?
About
boys, he helps me.
Drake's rise to success is nothing short of impressive. With over 170 million records sold and 193 awards, 36-year-old Drake is ranked as the highest certified digital singles artist in the United States. From his radio-friendly hits to his nice guy image, it's rare to hear anything negative about the artist. However, over the past 14 years, a pattern has emerged, leading to some fans questioning what's going on behind the scenes. The conversation started when footage from a 2010 Drake concert began circulating the internet. Footage where a 23-year-old Drake invites a girl from the crowd on stage, dances with her, smells her hair, massages her shoulders, puts his arms around her, and then starts to kiss her neck. He then says that he's going to get carried away, before asking how old she is.
How old are you?
Drake walks away while making
You should have asked that first before you start touching on it, man, and smelling at her. You should have asked what her age was.
a joke about going to jail, before turning back to her and saying, 17? Why do you look like that? You thick. Look at all of this. He continues saying, I don't know if I should feel guilty or not, but I had fun. I like the way your feel against my chest. He then kisses her on the cheek as well as her forehead before ending the bit and continuing the show. Now, it's understandable that this was crowd interaction gone wrong, but him continuing to make sexual comments about her body and kissing her multiple times after learning her age had some fans raising their eyebrows. However, this wouldn't be the last time Drake finds himself around minors. In a 2023 No Jumper interview with producer Lil CeCe, she discusses how she first met Drake, saying that in 2000.
Lil CeCe, is that CeCe? Do you love me? Are you riding? Is that her? CeCe. I think that's CeCe, y'all.
With producer Lil CeCe, she discusses how she first met Drake, saying that in 2015, she was on a high school basketball team, and Drake, being a fan of women's high school basketball, followed both her teammate and herself.
I was her teammate, so he followed me because of her.
At the time, Drake would have been 29. The same year, Drake would post on Instagram, celebrating the release of Baka NotNice, a rapper, friend, and member of Drake's record label, OVO, following a stint in jail for allegedly forcing a 22-year-old woman into prostitution, a weapons charge, and human trafficking. The now deleted post read, "Something in the air today, a lot of good things happening at once, but this one means the most. Been waiting 11 months, Baka finally home." 1 year later, in May of 2016, 29-year-old Drake was spotted eating dinner with 18-year-old Hailey Bieber in West Hollywood due to their allegedly flirty.
Not Hailey too. Not Hailey Bieber. Not Hailey before being Hailey Bieber. And see, I don't know. It's starting to feel like Drake's going down that same road. We already seen what happened with P. Diddy. We seen what happened to R. Kelly. We seen what happened to a lot of these higher ups in Hollywood. Hey, you treading on very, very thin ice, brother.
Dinner with 18-year-old Hailey Bieber in West Hollywood due to their allegedly flirty interaction and Drake wearing a matching H necklace. Rumors of them dating began circulating, with Entertainment Tonight even alleging that the two hooked up at Drake's Memorial Day party. However, during this time, Hailey did an interview with E! News, revealing that she'd known Drake for around 4 years at this point, meaning that a 25-year-old Drake first met Hailey when she was just 14. A big part
Wow.
of the conversation here is, why does Drake routinely find himself around 14 to 17-year-old girls? What does a 25-year-old man have in common with a 14-year-old? And wouldn't it feel weird to date someone you've always known to be a child right after they legally become an adult? In
That's a good ass question. What does a 25-year-old man have in common with a 14-year-old girl? Not a damn thing.
2018, a now 32-year-old Drake released a song titled Nice for What, featuring the line, "High school pics, you was even bad then." 3 months later, on July 22nd, an article titled, "What Would You Do If Your Teenager Became an Overnight Instagram Sensation" was released by The Guardian, detailing a story about 16-year-old Charlie D'Alessio going viral on Instagram after being tagged in pictures at Coachella. The article describes the photos as Charlotte wearing bodysuits, bikini tops, and jean shorts. Her mother, Christina Ford, recounts the moment she realized how popular the photos were making her daughter, saying, "They were in the back of the car chatting away and checking in on social to say they were in Toronto, just like normal teenagers. And then suddenly Madison was like, oh god, it's Drake FaceTiming us. Should I answer?" As Ford drove on, listening to her daughter and her friend chatting away in the back seat with one of the biggest hip-hop stars on the planet, she felt the world as she knew it shifting under the wheels of her car. "I thought, okay, she's hanging out with Drake. I guess this is for real." Later that month, Drake would release a song titled Jaded, featuring the line, "We coulda waited. I wasn't Russian. Differences in ages. You're old enough, but you're still a baby." And 2 months later...
Oh, hell no. I'm trying to tell you, when there's smoke, there's fire. We've seen this before with a lot of other artists, with them kind of like dropping little nuggets of information in between songs, in between lines of lyrics. We should have waited. It's already... We could have waited. I wasn't rushing. Difference in ages. You're old enough, but you still a baby. I don't know what it is with these men having these infatuations with younger women or younger girls. It just boggles my mind.
Differences in ages, you're old enough, but you're still a baby. And 2 months later in September, 14-year-old Millie Bobby Brown would attend the Emmys and mentioned in a red carpet interview that her and 32-year-old Drake text after meeting each other in Australia after he invited her to his concert, and that their conversations mostly consist of Drake giving her boy advice and saying how much they miss each other.
We just texted each other the other day and he was like, I miss you so much. I was like, I miss you more.
This was the first time Drake's pattern of being around underage girls really began circulating online, with many people speculating what someone with an 18-year age gap can really have in common.
I'm 34 years old.
Yeah.
If I said to you, I was texting a 14-year-old girl saying, I miss you so much, and she was replying to me, I miss you more, would you not think, hold on here a second, that's weird?
Millie would take to Instagram and defend Drake, saying, "Why you gotta make a lovely friendship your headline? You guys are weird, for real. I'm lucky to have people in the business extend their time to help me further my career and offer their wisdom and guidance. I'm very blessed to have amazing people in my life. You don't get to choose that for me. It's nice to have people understand what I do. Now get back to talking about real problems in this world other than my friendships. Jeez." However, a month later, as Drake was on tour, blind items began circulating, with people speculating who the noted foreign-born A-plus list singer/rapper could be. A year later, on November 25th, 2019, 17-year-old Billie Eilish sat down for an interview with Vanity Fair and revealed that one of the most famous people in her phone is Drake. She would go on to say that Drake is like the nicest dude I've ever spoken to. I mean, I've only texted him, but he's so nice. He does not need to be nice. You know what I mean? Between the Millie Bobby Brown interview and now this one with Billie Eilish, some people really started to question why a now 33-year-old man is in contact with so many children, pointing out that if you remove the celebrity status of everyone, this sort of relationship would never be supported. On October 1st, 2020, Drake rapped on 21 Savage's song, Mr. Right Now, saying the line, "Yeah, said she wanna fuck to some SZA. Wait, cause I used to date SZA back in 08. In 2008, Drake would have been 22, and SZA would have just been 17. In a tweet, SZA confirmed that they did date, but insisted that their dynamic didn't...
Wait a damn minute. Now, I just saw Drake with Sexy Red doing a video talking about they baby daddies and all this type of stuff. She was 18 years old. She could have been younger than that. Like I said, I don't know. She possibly could have been younger than that because if she 18 and he was like 25, see, I don't know. I'm just starting to see this pattern. Billie Eilish, and then you start seeing Hailey Bieber, and then the little girl at the concert, and then the multitude of other young girls. Like I'm already starting to see. I'm already starting to see a pattern with Drake.
Didn't involve anything underage or creepy. However, the following September, 35-year-old Drake released an album titled Certified Lover Boy with a song titled Poppy's Home, featuring the line, Sierra Canyon parking lot looking like a Magic City parking lot. This turned heads, as Sierra Canyon is a private school in California that offers classes for pre-K to 12th grade students, and Magic City is a strip club in Atlanta.
Right.
As the album contains 21 songs, and Drake was beefing with Kanye West at the time, it's not surprising that this single line managed to be overlooked. It's entirely possible that Drake really is just a nice guy, and perhaps his pattern of talking to underage entertainers is innocent, as he was somewhat of a child star himself. However, dating someone you've known since they were a minor as soon as they turn 18 is bizarre, and no one other than a celebrity would get a pass for this pattern of behavior. Following high school women's basketball as a 29-year-old isn't a common thing, nor is telling a 14-year-old how much you miss them when you're 32 and bear no relation. Women who claim to have hooked up with Drake all detail a similar, elaborate setup involving security guards, NDAs, getting copies of their licenses, and taking their phones away. So the possibility of a whistleblower coming forward is pretty low, but perhaps in the future, as these child and young adult celebrities often found around Drake grow up, we'll get a clearer idea of what their relationship was really like. Despite Drake's nice guy reputation, his security team has a controversial history. During Drake's first headline tour in 2010, a fan by the name of Jeremy Soriano claimed that one of Drake's bodyguards punched him in the mouth when he tried to compliment Drake at a club in Jacksonville, Florida. During an interview with Fox 30, Jeremy alleged that Drake proceeded to push him and that he had to get 6 stitches by the end of the night. A friend of the victim, who was also a witness, alleged that following the incident, as Drake entered his tour bus, he flipped both of them off and said, "F you, you're nothing." 2 years later, Drake and his team were involved in a massive brawl at a New York City club with Chris Brown, after Chris sent Drake a bottle of champagne as a peace offering. At the time, Chris Brown had been separated from Rihanna for 3 years, and as Drake was hanging around her a lot, Chris figured the gesture would help clear the air. However, according to New York Daily News, after receiving the bottle of champagne, Drake returned it to Chris with a note reading, "I'm still Rihanna," leading to the two groups throwing bottles and glasses at each other. Afterwards, photos of staff members cleaning the glass off the floors emerged, and Drake's team released a statement insisting that Drake wasn't involved in the brawl at all. According to TMZ, in 2016, a server at the popular Hollywood nightclub Delilah claimed that he was punched in the face by one of Drake's bodyguards because he wouldn't get out of the bathroom so Drake could come in and use it in private. According to Insider.com, the server sued the restaurant, the rapper, and Cleveland Browns wide receiver Odell Beckham Jr. over the incident. The victim also alleges that Drake ordered the beating after making a throat cut gesture to his entourage. In a video leaked to TMZ, the victim can be seen on security camera before being punched in the face by a member of Drake's security, while others soon join in on the attack, all while Drake watches. Following the attack, and the lawsuit, other employees of Delilah were allegedly afraid to return to work. The next year in 2017, Drake's security team would go viral after a dashcam recording showed them bullying a driver on a street in Toronto, forcing them to the side of the road so that Drake's entourage could bypass traffic. After a driver complained, Drake's bodyguard threatened them, saying he'll take his Tesla. That same year, Shawn Mendes would appear on an episode of The Tonight Show and describe his encounter with Drake's security at a weekend concert. According to his story, Shawn Mendes, having previously met Drake a couple days prior, attempted to say hi to him at the show. However, Drake's bodyguard allegedly stopped him before he even had a chance to do so, saying, "The next thing I know, I'm in the middle of the weekend show with my arm hooked behind my back." Drake's security guard had me completely at his mercy. He went on to say that Drake saw what happened and told his bodyguard to let him go, saying, "Don't do that, you don't know who that is." And in 2021, a video went viral alleging a member of Drake's security team was on drugs and barking at people.
I ain't gonna lie to y'all, it was a part where I knew Drake's security was throwed off. I said, "You good, man?" That nigga looked at me and said, "Row."
After going over some of these less than stellar moments, it becomes easier to understand how Drake has managed to keep up his nice guy image over the past 14 years of his career, as it seems as though the musician surrounds himself with a large group of people to keep attention off of him by carrying out actions on his behalf.
Like I said before, I came here because of Kendrick. I was trying to get here because of Kendrick. I had to dive into it. I had to figure out some of this stuff that Kendrick is saying. Like, is this just like bait? Is this just like he say, she say? Or are these just things that he just wanted to put in a song to try to diss Drake? Or does some of this stuff have any validity? And even looking at the video and looking at all this history throughout his 14-year career leading up to now, with all these young underage girls, I was about to say women, but all these underage girls, it just feels like he's going down that line of some of these other people that everybody idolized in the show business. And then to couple that, even with his security team, it seems like his security team tries to intimidate people, try to beat up people, try to put hands on people to protect Drake. But at the same time, that intimidation factor is what kind of draws that allure to like certain artists like Drake, where people are like, okay, I don't want to mess with him. If we see him in the club, that's somebody that we probably shouldn't say anything to, or we need to watch how we move tonight, because any interactions with Drake, anything, just like with the young boy going to the bathroom and getting assaulted in the bathroom. Like, these are already an accumulation of situations that have happened. And to me, it feel like it's just leading up to something even bigger that may happen. And like I said, it has nothing to do with how many records you've sold, how many fans you have, how many followers on social media you have. At the end of the day, it comes down to like what type of person you are as far as like your morality. And some of these things that I'm seeing right now, it definitely raises an eyebrow. It's definitely something that you should know and something that you should take heed to, because I'm just saying, hey, I'm just saying, at some point in time, you may see something else that may come up as far as like allegations. And when you start seeing these allegations, it's almost like when you see smoke, there's fire. That's all I'm gonna say. And outside of that, shout out to everybody in the building. I feel like a lot of us are here on this video because of Kendrick Lamar. And if you guys like this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss any videos from your boy. And until next time, I'm going to see y'all later. Peace and blessings.